don't understand. I am hurting.
Hey everyone, I'm Regina Daniels and this is Reggae.
Okay, boom. I know the expected way to go from this is to drag Regina Daniels, but I want to deviate from that. But one that I promise I'll drag is that old man, so you'll have to wait for it. Right now, let's just understand the child. It's no news that Regina Daniels, I'll call her RD, was a famous child star. She's still a star, but growing up in the limelight as a child could develop strong identity issues. I saw people quoting, well, she was young, pretty, and famous and got paid. If she had stuck in that lane, she would have had all the money in the world that she flexes rather than, well,
if you kill your husband, you know go suffer. You get plenty freedom if you be no.
That aspect might be true, except they didn't consider the inner workings of RD's mind as a child star. Empathy is putting yourselves in one's shoes, so let's try that with RD, right? Children develop identity through exploration, one, and private trial and error. What do you know? Fame removes that privacy. For a child star, they learn to see themselves through the audience's eyes, creating a performative self. Then their self-worth becomes externally anchored on likes, applause, and roles, rather than grounded internally in who they are in their self-worth. Ever heard, I live for the applause, applause, applause? That's actually the mentality of child stars. Imagine if fame messes up even with adult mentally. How heavy is it on a child? Now, when they grow up, this can manifest as chronic identity diffusion, where they don't know who they are without attention because authenticity was packaged for branding.
What? Why are you surprised?
If you ask RD right now, who are you? She'll take some time or give you a peer answer. Fame freezes development. They miss normal rebellion, privacy, or peer dynamics. This makes sense because as adults, child stars often go through a late adolescence, the phase of experimenting, rebelling, or reclaiming authenticity, sometimes misread as a meltdown by the public, aka
Okay. In Nwoko's house.
No.
In Nwoko's house, I am nothing. But in my house, I am free.
No, you're still as valuable.
Can your mother praise you like my own?
She's the best thing that can ever happen to me family. The best child.
what you saw happened. You have to understand that when RD chills with her peer friends, she's a different person comparing because 1, she's married, 2, married to an old man, 3, an old man that doesn't have the energy to keep up with her vitality or her shenanigans, 4, vitality being judged because she's a mom and a wife now and should behave accordingly. Now RD as an adult is left on a crossroad. Should she identify as a mom or a young mom? Should she stop being young because she's married to an old man? The people are gisting about the old man and she's trying to laugh about it because, it's an uncomfortable feeling. And then she tries to disguise this by flaunting her money. How should she behave as a wife when many wives, even older than her, have bent their back and still received shaky? I bet the first one tried, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Now she's the 6th. Her peers are traveling the world, being young and free and irresponsible. Meanwhile, it is her responsibility to please her man, children, family, and society all at once and still grow up. Ooh-wee! Those red Louis Vuitton shoes look good, but they're impossible to fit in.
I knew that I wanted, because I was under pressure from the family, from the people to marry.
From your own family or from her family?
From my family. I was under pressure to marry from my place, from the traditional rulers, from them generally, and I had criteria of that you have the check the boxes.
You all know the song, The Old Man of Regina has just gone to town. Oh, the old man of Regina has just gone to...
It's funny.
Yes, and weird.
Okay, serious business. So we are on the old man's A, and just like Nikki said, I'm going to drag this man so nobody pick him. Okay, thank you.
But as you can see, I have taken control of the hotel.
So boom, the man might have allegedly G-roomed RD for status or financial alliance, coercively controlling her disguised as protection or guidance or gaslighting. I'm just doing what's best for you, my daughter. It seems like RD was handed from one narcissistic parent to another one disguised as a husband. Now, Mr. Ned, allegedly, is a celebrated political figure, lawyer, blah, blah, we don't care. He's also married to 6 or 5 other women over time. Now, ask yourself, what's the psychology of an old man marrying an 18-year-old 42 years older than her, especially after 5 wives, and then turns around and writes in a statement, "Oh, she's acting rebellious and unruly. I don't know what to do with that child." Old man, what do you expect after marrying a teenager? Why are the expectations for her to be mature and responsible when you, the adults around her, aren't acting as the granddaddies that they should be?
Are you nuts? Do you realize you're talking to me?
And who are you that I wouldn't talk to?
You also having all the power, wealth, and education at your disposal didn't sit down and consider, well, she's too young, oh, am I ready for this energy in my old age? See, you can be educated but not smart. I know the expectation is to cut this old man some slack because he's rich and studied for law in London, but you won't get that from me, oh sorry. Like God, I am no respecter of people who place money before values, money and status before considering marrying a child, money and status as solution to all his wahala.
Don't you dare. Your cup is filled, and I have a surprise for you.
Now, rumors have it that the old man impregnated another youngling earlier in the year, and that's what led to RD popping out saying she's single and ish, then later trolled by saying, if you've never cried in a Ferrari, beg, don't comment. I know we want to blame her, and partly we should, but think, who has convinced this child that people are quote-unquote jealous and that money is greater than peace of mind? In fact, that red Ferrari wasn't it antagonized? Who do you think? No, sorry. Why do you think that happens? Why do you think that she would crash her most cherished possession? Because it's the possession that she was given in exchange for her peace of mind, allegedly. And people, how you do one way, you do all ways. This old man pimped out her wife to go defend government, quote unquote, by saying,
I preached against violence, and ignorant Nigerians said, oh, it's because I'm privileged, it's because I'm opportune. Yes, the fact remains that I am privileged and opportuned. But that doesn't stop me from understanding that my nannies needs to be paid extra. Or stop me from understanding that my gatesman or my cooks needs to be well catered for because of insecurity and extra bills to be paid in Nigeria. The point remains that Nigeria cannot be changed in a day. And not by one man. I am not speaking for the government. Neither am I speaking for you people to love me because I don't need it. I am just stating the obvious facts. And that's the truth.
Never taking responsibility for his actions, nor the place that he leads. Abi, is he not part of Nigeria's bad governance? Asking for a friend. Me, I don't know. See, if I say all these old political figures that have been in parliament since the dinosaurs should just go to H, you'll call me a bitch. Abby. But like Nikki said, I'm dragging this old man. Don't nobody pick him up. So boom, let's segue to the mom, because there are a lot of things that I would have said about the identity of RD, but will take longer. So let me just go to the mom, right? The angle that the mother quote unquote sold, or let me say encouraged RD to marry an old man has been debunked by fans and critics and RD herself. According to RD, her mother didn't force her to do anything. In fact, she didn't want it at all.
The way they are ahead. If all those nonsense people, they open their dirty mouth, their gutter mouth, they talk, they don't get them. Regina, na 20 years, not be October with this, which will they talk? Today, this is waiting. And on the 10th year, she will be 20 years. She never tried. She tell me she won't marry at early age. Just like what happened recently, they say Regina marry, I go marry one Methuselah, one old man. True. I never see where person they drink Panadol for person headache.
I can associate with anybody I want, and there is nothing anybody can do about it.
Your daughter is a problem.
While that might be true from RD's POV, there's a lot that meets the eye and has left people wondering, blink twice if you need help, RD, because it's giving GROOMED. Rumors have it that the mom, infamous actress herself, had gone to check on Mr. Ned's house, the old man. Then, what do you know? The next thing, someone's daughter is being traditionally married. Cool. But the really interesting thing is the body language of both mother and child on both wedding ceremonies. In the first one that I'll show you here, Regina had glasses on. In my opinion, probably from crying her eyes out. I don't think at this moment she was really convinced. She looks like she wants to be out of there, like right now. She's pissed out, looking lost and uninterested. Meanwhile, the boys' club is looking cheapy, and the crowd is there because a billionaire is getting married. The other way around. What a sad sight, right? In the other wedding traditional ceremony, because they can't do an official one because the man is married to 5 other women, and if he marries officially or a white wedding ceremony to RD, then he won't be liable to be married to the other ones, and the other ones will not be like married. You get? She looks a little convinced, but the mother looks like she's the bride. Why didn't the mom become the old man's wife instead? Why would I say that? I mean, I've wondered. 42 years is a crazy huge age gap, but I digress. The core psychology for the mom plus dad is narcissistic extension. These parents often see their child not as a separate person, but as an extension of their ego or legacy. I mean, the mom was also an actress, right? The child, in this case RD, becomes a project or a product or a proxy self. It's not, I love my child, but it's, I love what my child does for my image. When parents groom a child for fame, the child's value becomes conditional based on beauty, talent, or appeal to others or fame. And the parent rewards compliance with quote-unquote, you did great, they're jealous you're wealthy, everyone loves you, and punishes authenticity like don't embarrass me or ruin your career. RD has said, in my house, I'm queen, cause exactly, I bet she's treated well cause she's the breadwinner, she's the one that brings in more money, she's the one that is the face of the family. Their child, RD, internalizes a false self, performing the version that earns love and safety. Of course, she will defend her mom out of cognitive dissonance because the other bitter truth that her mom pimped her is a very uncomfortable feeling for a child. And even if mommy was wrong, she's still mommy. And then to drag the dad into it, the dad was just given money after crying that, oh, I didn't know that it was happening, I haven't given blessing to this wedding. Then he goes and gets money, and then he comes and say, oh, it's okay, they can. Okay, boom. We're still on the old man, guys. We're still on that old man, and I know it will be satisfying to go back to RD and Raga just like people are doing, but that won't change anything. The one that has a heavy responsibility on them is that old man. This old man wasn't satisfied with 5 women as wives because the money is long and the deal maybe not. He saw it fit to take his granddaughter, quote unquote, feed her propaganda and luxury, then send thugs to force her back to her home, allegedly. As if this wasn't enough, the old man popped out with the 5th wife, labeled the 6th wife addicted, and urged her through his statement to go to rehab of his choosing, either Akurokoro or Jordan. It is her choice. All this for PR damage control because the wife, the 6th wife, accused the man of ABUSIV. This man is sick. The mom had earlier insinuated in a post that if anything happens to my daughter, they should blame the old man. You can tell that a pattern is there, enough for Adi to say,
Baby, once again, I cannot stand the violence. It's too much.
The violence is too much. The old man sees the wives as trophies. Of course, he hides in his billionaire status, his insecurities, ego, and fears. And how do you think he got to be the billionaire? Was it ethical? I've never met an ethical billionaire. Have you? Have you ever seen? Sure. The damage control exposed the old man for me. Okay, fine. Say your wife is addicted to unnamed substances. Is that reason to slap her, allegedly? Or push her to wall, allegedly? Or send tags, allegedly? Or expose her vulnerability to the public as her protector? Not alleged. Make it make sense. And for the people who praise this kind of dysfunctional polygamous situation, do you really know the cost for it? Not only for the people involved, the adults, but for the children. Of course, the money or the title is good, but the cost of emotional neglect, chronic jealousy or anxiety, identity fragmentation, and suppression of authentic needs, is it worth it? The man is the only one benefiting because children in such a setting are messed up. I know 1 or 2, trust me, they carry attachment insecurity into adulthood. Especially if their mom wasn't the favored one, like Hardy. Their psyche often battles unresolved competition for belonging. For the old man, power distorts empathy, producing seeing love as ownership or conquest. Hence the tags and statement. Old man wields emotional, financial, and reproductive control. The favored one, the favored spouse, may feel guilty while the neglected one may internalize unworthiness. Each partner's sense of safety is constantly negotiated, not assumed. Anxious attachment creates jealousy. Avoidant attachment detaches to avoid pain, and disorganized attach, like RD, struggles between closeness and withdrawal. So it's not the addiction to substance, it's the addiction to control and manipulation that she's trying to withdraw from. It's why she's trying to cope in using unnamed substances. And the fact that you cannot see that with all your lawyer degrees and your achievements. See, that's my spillo. What do you think? Bye.